politics?
The people of my constituency and people of our state and people of my tribe and people of Nigeria.
All right. By May, it will be 23 years old.
Just me, whom I am.
All right. All right. Great. By May, it will be 23 years of uninterrupted democracy and 7th round of general election in this country. How will you describe the country's democracy so far?
Something is where we'll continue learning and seeing today, seeing tomorrow, and seeing next tomorrow. For me, the country have come a very long way. We have gone where we can cross, and we have gone also where we have not really used the opportunity that came for the country. We have lost so much opportunity, and we have so utilized so many opportunities.
So let's go to the issue of the third term agenda. In the twilight of the Obasanjo administration, I'd like to know, was it real? And as a stakeholder in the ruling party at that time, tell us what really happened.
Well, all I know that I read where President Obasanjo said, we're very good as a very respected elder statesman. I read where he said that if he wanted third term, he could have gotten it. And I don't believe that the elderly statesman was saying statement of fact, because I know in the villa, on 2 occasions, he asked me that when President Kerekou was there, that Kerekou, he left him, he left President Yadima, the late Yadima, he left Gaddafi, he left so many people he called for me. I used to be very close to Mr. President Obasanjo, and I chatted with him, and he said, oh, I left the Nigerian, killed it, I will never leave again. I said, hi, your tenure is only 2 days, 2 years, 2 terms. And I realized that he wanted third term. And one day it came out of his mouth, and I tried to scold him. I said, President, don't even go that side, because we have 2 terms to go. And I informed President Mandela, but then he was out. I informed President Mandela. I also informed President Thabo Mbeki. He's there, he can testify to what I'm saying. And he met with Thabo Mbeki in 2003, September, sometime in New York. And he asked Thabo to speak to me, to speak to Governor Muazu of Bauchi State, and to speak to Governor Atta of Akwa Ibom, and 2 other governors that he asked President Thabo Mbeki to speak to. And President Thabo summoned me, and I went to Pretoria to be his guest for 3 nights. And we spoke all night, the first night. The second night, we spoke all night. And I went to see President Mandela, and I told him that President Obasanjo wanted to continue in office after his tenure. So he told me, Oba cannot do that. This was President Mandela. I said he's going to do that. He was going to do that. And how can he come out and say he didn't look for third term? And I have, like, governors of Jigawa who were encouraging him, and some of the governors, the northern states, they were to do third term. That is a statement of fact. And on many occasions, even he promised he will give all the governors their third term. I say, except me. A Catholic, a Christian by excellence, and I say that we have sworn an oath with the Bible, I cannot do more than 2 terms. So anybody telling you, or he's saying is not involved in third term is a naked fallacy. I don't think it's a statement of fact.
When you say this, former President Obasanjo recently said there was nothing like that. He actually stated that he would have secured a third term if he wanted it. How true is this? And then many Nigerians would like to know if he was really unstoppable as a president.
Say it again, please.
Unstoppable ambition. Many Nigerians would like to know if it was really unstoppable as a president.
No, he wasn't capable of doing that. We were stronger than him to have done that. We waited for him and the whole world, not only Africa, because he wanted to start the third term through being third term in United AU when he was president of AU. And this is why some of his colleagues in Ghana, in South Africa, and one other country, they went to bring the president of Tanzania to be the AU president. That was the beginning. And I told President George Bush Jr. that he wanted to do third term, and they were waiting for him. If he's an honest man, George Bush told him in the White House that he can put his daughter, he can put his child, but not himself. Grown that he can't do third term here. So he can't come out and tell Nigerians that he didn't do third term. He was inside the room, including the man following our presidential candidate today, Nnamdi Kanu. He knows that Obasanjo wanted to do third term. I challenge he had to tell Nigerians because he knows the truth. Because by the time they gave the senators 50 million naira each, Nnamdi Kanu as a EFCC Caesar knows that, he saw it. And the Senator Chukwumerije of late blessed memory returned his 50 million to me in the government house of Abia State. I told him to snap it, and he took it back to them, the people that gave it to him. So he cannot say he didn't plan for third term, and many other senators know. It's not in dispute. Wanted to, he can testify to that. So, I mean, the man really wanted third term, but this country is stronger than any one man. This country is not a one-man show. Nobody can wake up morning and squeeze Nigerians in a bottle and say he's a king cup. He wants to take over this country. It's not possible.
Okay, like you already mentioned, some governors close to him were said to be in support of the third term agenda. Aside from being a Christian par excellence, like you said, why did you go against him?
Say it again, please.
Like you said earlier, some governors close to him were encouraging him to seek a third term agenda. But why did you go against him?
Why did I go? I wasn't the only governor who went against it. There was Governor Kure of blessed memory. There was Governor Bola Tinubu of Lagos State. And there was other governors, lots of governors, some of us paid big price for going against that. We lost our businesses, we lost all kinds of things. We were followed by security agencies and all the rest of them. But those things doesn't perturb us. But the interesting thing that we fought third time, we stood for it, and the Alhaji Ibrahim Mantu of the blessed memory, we got him on board with Senator Adolphus Wambara, the then Senate president, when he left. And we were able to derail third term very well.
So another crucial aspect of this issue is the class that former President Obasanjo, through some persons, gave senators 50 million naira each to support the third term agenda. How true is this?
Whether it's serious, he gave them money?
True. How true is this claim?
How serious was it? Is that what you are asking me?
How true is the claim that former President Obasanjo gave some senators 50 million naira each? I would like you to establish.
True, because Senator Chukwumerija of less blessed memory. That is why I did not come to the Senate in 2007. Because he supported us to the third term. And what I'm saying, most people knew that is the truth. He told his children before he died, and he told his children, I gave him the seat. I could have come to Senate in 2007, but I gave him that seat because he helped us to derail third term. I told him, listen, I said, Senator, please go back to Senate. I'm younger, but you are a great man. To them. And he gave me back to the 50 million. And I promised him in 2007 he will go back to the Senate, and which he did.
Oh, so can you tell us how many other senators? Okay.
I went to see him in the hospital. Huh?
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yes, I met with him in the hospital. I mean, the late Senator Chukwumerija, a very honest and open-minded man. He told his children before, when I was there to see him, he said, I was with him, and there was third term, and I helped him. We had a lot of meetings that police people came here and pursued us up in Niger Government House to do something funny. And for me, the issue is not whether he wanted third term. The issue that he couldn't have gotten third term when we are there. That is the good news, because we are ready for him.
All right, can you also tell us how many other senators did not return the 50 million naira?
No, I don't know the other senator that collected, but my own senator, I was very close to him, because he brought the money to me and said, this is what they got. The money came from the Central Bank of Nigeria, and he showed me the notes, and in Abia House we snapped it, and I told him to return it back to them. I returned it back to them, and I gave him 50 million naira. If he wanted 50 million naira, if he rejected the one I gave him, he said, we're doing it on principle to make sure we do not fail in this third term.
All right, let's get deeper. Did you also witness the job prostrating for Atiku Abubakar to enable him get a second term in 2003? Tell us what transpired.
No, I wasn't there when they prostrated for Vice President Atiku Abubakar, but I was in my bedroom when the president came to my bedroom, and he knelt down begging me that we should allow him to go back. This was when he was looking for second term in 2003, which he begged President Thabo Mbeki also to beg us to allow him come back to second term. So for me, I wasn't in Atiku's, Vice President Atiku Abubakar's house when he knelt down for him, but Vice President Atiku Abubakar told me now we should forgive him and we should leave him to continue. And that is what I can say. I wasn't in his house when he knelt down for him, but he knelt down in my house, in my bedroom, in the governor's lodge, Abia Governor's Lodge.
All right. You also said Obasanjo moved against your business interests, especially your Slok airline. Is this the reason you and him are not in good terms anymore?
I lost all kinds of things from him, and I'm not quarreling with him. He's the best friend of my family. My mother holds him in high esteem. My late father holds him in high esteem. But for me, I'm not quarreling with him. He's my elder statesman. I respect him as such. But elders
from the southeast, what is the implication of the endorsement of Peter Obi by former President Olusegun Obasanjo? Did you get my question? Let me repeat this.
Can you
As the
please say
Senate
it
Chief
again?
Whip,
I'm having problem with the network.
as the Senate Chief Whip and the chieftain of the APC from the Southeast, what is the implication of the endorsement of Peter Obi by former President Olusegun Obasanjo?
Well, that is his choice. I will not discuss Peter Obi openly. His party, my party is APC, and whatever I want for him is good for him. So, but I don't think that the elder statesman, President Obasanjo, is being sincere, because he could have done this in 2003 or 2007, where we had a strong voice and strong this to an Igbo man to have been president. One of them came out and ran around, Governor Peter Obi, and it was put on the floor. So the endorsement to Peter Obi, good luck to him. But to me, that endorsement means absolutely nothing in my reading, because it's a cunning endorsement. It's an endorsement that have no meaning to anybody. If President Obi knows that the other regions will not listen to him.
Right. Distinguished Senator, we still have...
Ready to go.
Distinguished Senator, we still have a lot to talk about, but at this moment, let's take this break and I will be right back. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Politics Tonight, and I still have with me the senator representing Abia North Senatorial District, Orji Uzor-Kalu. All right, Senator, let's go to your party now and your party candidate. What are the chances of your presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in the February 25th election, especially in the Southeast and the South-South, where you're from? What stands him out?
No, you should be saying the chances of our presidential candidates in Nigeria. We are not running an election in Southeast or South-South. We are running an election in Nigeria. Our party have the largest followers of people. We have the largest constituency people you can think about. We have the largest members of House of Assembly you can think about in Nigeria. We have the largest members of House of Representatives, and have largest numbers of senators. And we are party in government. We are not only in power, we are in government. And we are the ruling party. So we are very diverse. We are a diverse party. We are everywhere. APC. I'm sure that you know what we say. APC is everywhere you go. You hear APC. So for me, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, for me, is already by 29th of May, the President and Commander-in-Chief of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Because we are determined to put a man that will be able to bring back the partnership between the private sector and the government. Because what we need is a private sector initiative. We have tried all this government every time. We are not interested. So what we are going to do is to bring back people we left in the private sector to work with us to turn Nigeria around. That is what is required in Nigeria. And Ahmed Tinubu is living at the heart of the doings of business, and we will form a partnership with them in Bodilon, where he lives. It's where the best businessmen in Nigeria are living. We will connect a new partnership with them and put jobs in most Nigerian stable for Nigerian people to go to live in Nigeria and be fed by Nigerians. That is what we are trying to and what we are going to do. So we are going to win the election. When people is telling you they will win, where are they? In Southeast, I have made it a policy. I will never discuss any presidential candidate. One, because I'm not a presidential candidate. Two, Most of them are my friends. I'm not going to talk about them, but I only talk about my party. In Southeast, we have Governor Hope Uzodinma. He will do his best. We have Governor Maya, and we have Naji. And everywhere you go, we are there. We are going to give a good account of ourselves. So we are not going to anybody to take us for granted. It's one man, one vote. The electoral law we have made have repositioned voting pattern. I don't like to discuss about any presidential candidate or this we do or this we do. The G5 have made our job easier, and one of the presidential candidates is also making our job very easy. Remember what happened in 2015, in 2019, we were able to suppress the vote of PDP. For example, in Abia, where I come from, where they were having 2 million votes before, Jonathan had 2 million votes there. In 2019, they only had 300,000 votes, which means
your presidential candidate is seeking election in Nigeria, and not just the South and the Southeast. This will lead me to my next questions. Many Nigerians have continued to raise issues about...
No, he's seeking election in Nigeria, not in Southeast, South. And by the way, nobody has been able to touch our base. Our base is in Jigawa, our base in Kanu, our base is in Sokoto, our base is in Meduguri, our base is in Adamawa. You saw President Buhari in Adamawa the other day. The whole place was flooded. That is why we are pleading with him as the leader of the party for him to come out and campaign with us, because people think President Buhari is finished. It's not true. It's very relevant. His followership is a court followership, and he will campaign for Governor Tinubu, who will transit to President Tinubu in the next 4 months.
Now, many Nigerians have continued to raise issues about your presidential candidate's health, but you have defended him on this and even said every Nigerian above 40 is sick. How will you clarify this? Because I must tell you, many Nigerians were not comfortable with that conclusion.
No. Let me tell you. Listen. I have said this in one of the interviews with the channel television or somebody. Let me be honest to you. One of the television stations. Let me be honest with you. Any Nigerian that is above 40 years is sick, because it depends on how you manage your health. You don't live with me. You don't know what I drink every day. You don't know what I eat every day. You don't know what is. Only my wife or my children can say that 40 is sick.
Saying that your presidential candidate is sick.
Depending how they manage themselves.
Distinguished Senator, I asked if you are indirectly telling us that your presidential candidate is sick.
You asked me what, please? Say it again.
I was asking you, because you said every Nigerian over 40 is sick. So I'm asking you, are you indirectly saying that your presidential candidate is sick?
I'm not saying that. I'm telling you that even you, talking to me, I don't know your age, every Nigerian that is above 40 years have one bothering him or happening to him, or he's trying to control sugar, diabetes, and that's not being sick. And I've never said that Governor Tinubu is sick. I have known him for a long time. He's always talked the way he's talking now. He's always behaved the way he's behaving now. So he is a man that is a man that will delegate his job. He knows how to delegate the job. And I'm not afraid of him taking over, because he's going to be a private sector oriented government, and the country will come back to what it's supposed to be.
Abia North APC has accused you of anti-party activity. What is the situation now?
Well, Abia not APC say I'm not Abia not. Abia not APC can never say I'm doing anti-party. Some people say I'm doing anti-party, and I've explained this time without number. I'm not doing anti-party. I just have a younger brother who is very bright on his own, and he wanted to be governor on his own. And if Abia people find him competent, I'm not doing any anti-party. Excuse me. I was with the governorship candidate on one of the occasions our party held. We exchanged and abused ourselves, and in a very friendly way, in between General Dambazo and the Chifike Chemenike, we abused ourselves and laugh over it. We will find a common ground, because my party, I will always work for the success of my party. I've never been an anti-party man. But my brother have a right to contest for governor. I'm not my brother. And my brother can aspire to anything he likes, as long as the people take me into confidence. But me, as a man, I can never betray my party. I will vote for my party. I will stand by my party. And anybody who wants to say anything, he can say. Let the person go ahead and say it. I'm an APC man. The national chairman was my colleague. He knows I'm a man of a very strong character. The presidential candidate was my colleague as governor. He knows I'm a man of very strong character. I don't pretend to anybody, because my need in life is almost zero. I'm not running to compete with anybody. I have reached to my own zenith. I have reached to whatever I can do. So life is obey what your party says you should do, obey what the Constitution says we should do, and obey the laws of the land. That's all. So if people go to talk side talks, they have never seen me say vote against APC. When I go around our area, I'll tell people vote for Tinubu, vote for me, and vote for House of Rep. And it behoves on the people to vote for anybody they want to vote for. It's not me. And I cannot stop my brother, because I begged my brother not to run, not to leave the party, and he left. And the hierarchy of our party knows. They all pleaded with him, and not each one of them pleaded with him. So my brother is an adult, and he's competent enough. He's an economist. He has worked with major American companies. He's a private businessman, and people of our constituency that I want to go back to Senate. If the people of constituency find me worthy that I will represent the boy, they will return me back to the Senate. If they find my brother or Chifike Chemenike worthy, anyone they find worthy, they return them as governor. I have nothing against that, and I can never deny my brother of his right of association. This is right. It's a right. It's right there in the Constitution. So I cannot tell him. I begged him not to leave the party. He left the party. And everybody knows that. People, out of jealousy, out of hatred, what I will tell the Igbos, they should stop hating themselves. They should play fair to themselves. I play fair game. I don't hold this in anybody's mind. I'm an open guy. People can say anything they like, but they are on their own. Everybody knows me. If I tell you yes, it's yes, and I can look at your face and tell you you are wrong. People should stop doing minor gossip and doing this. And they should work for the party. The success of the party is more important. I see people thinking that this business is about Bola Tinubu. It's not about Bola Tinubu. I was just talking to some senators. I say it's about our party, my party, your party. So the gossip of anti-party doesn't exist. Why will I do anti-party? My brother have his followership, and I have my followership. And everybody will follow his own followership. He's a young man of 43 years, going to 44. It's left for him to do whatever he wants to do. He's an adult. I cannot stop him on what he wants to do.
Now, talking about competition, you signified in...
got the numbers to be president. And moreover, let me say this for the first time. I told the presidential candidate that I will never run for president. I wasn't going to run. I gave him my word. I wasn't going to run for president, and I wasn't prepared to run for president. And moreover, I saw that we have no numbers to back it up. I'm a man who deals with numbers. That was the reason I asked all political parties should zone their presidential candidates to Southeast. If they have done that, I will buy, I could have been on the street to be a candidate of my party. I have to run for president, but not only one person will run for president. Today is Bola Tinubu our party have presented. And all of us must follow Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu to run from the day he was nominated. Our loyalty and everything is on him. If the party remove him now and bring another person, our loyalty and it will be to that person. That is the way things are done. We are party people. We are not. It's only follow people will tell you, oh, because this one did me this, he did that when we are running this. From the day anybody is nominated the candidate of the party, is the candidate of the party.
Just in few seconds, you and the Governor Soludo.
That's what I believe in. So I really chicken out.
All right. In very few seconds, you and...
Say it again, please.
You and Governor Soludo of Anambra State have urged the federal government to release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. Why have you taken that position?
No. Listen, my position has always been very straight on Nnamdi Kanu. If court of competent jurisdiction say you should give him bail, you should give him bail. Because we are a country of law and order. If I have not said anything out of the law, if the court say give him bail, you should give him bail. This is a very senior, a court of record. This is court of appeal. Brought almost 3-story building down to take water from Ariana Market going to Waterside in Aba. A court of record stopped me, and the project is still where I left it after 20 years. It's still there. So I'm a man of law. I want to respect, if every Nigeria, including the federal government, they must respect the court order. If you want to build a new Nigeria, we should start by respecting what any judge says. If I'm not happy with the first judge, I'll go to Court of Appeal. If I'm not happy with Court of Appeal, I'll go to Supreme Court. And whatever the Supreme Court says is the final say.
All right.
So both individual and government should respect the law. This is what I'm saying. And I say it everywhere.
All right. Thank you very much, Uzor-Kalu, for coming on Politics Tonight. The Senate Chief Whip and the Senator representing Abia North Senate Politics Tonight.
Thank you so much, and Happy New Year to you.
Too. Thank you very much for watching. That marks the end of today's episode of Politics Tonight. I am Olajumoke Olatunji. Goodbye.
Good morning.
Good morning. Why is your sun shining like this?
Can't you see that Harmattan season is here? We need to protect our children from this dry weather.
What about the invisible germs? During Harmattan, it's not enough to only protect. Also need protection from...
Harmattan season brings a lot of germs, but Dettol with Germ Defense gives protection from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Sure.
It's the most visited state in Africa. As the 5th largest economy on the continent, covering Lagos and its government is no mean feat. It's a busy beat. We go beyond the cutting of tapes to traveling far into the deep.
I want to thank the Lagos State government for the healthcare facility.
To bring stories that cut across all spectrums.
A greater Lagos shall be ours.
Stories that define our collective well-being as Lagosians. Amadedoja Salamadeni, inside Lagos.
Every major news story is with many perspectives and layered with different levels of impact.
Hello. What time did this happen? We will be right there.
At TVC News, we follow the big and major news, gathering the facts, witnessing the outcome.
I am here live at the aftermath of the approval of the new national minimum wage.
We are TV Station of the Year, not just for breaking news, but for being first, fair and accurate. TVC News, first with breaking news.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first.
The spate of abductions, killings, and terrorism in Nigeria has become a nightmare for many. From the north, through the east to the south, the upheaval keeps spreading. Millions of Nigerians in diaspora have seen this as a major reason to disconnect from the country of their origin. But Boyega Ajibade, a practicing lawyer based in London, is not disturbed by the negative stories, but ready to make a difference by asking one of his children to come and mingle with other students in Nigeria. Having reached that I follow up in Lagos, I set out to Ipaja area of the state. This is the house where the teenager stayed with her maternal grandmother for the period. She was enrolled for a term in a school in Lagos. Shikemi Gabriela Ajibade was born in Dublin, Republic of Ireland, but she is now a British citizen. She is on vacation as a Year 10 student of a college in London and heeded the advice of her parents to come and spend some time in another school in Lagos. Shikemi, who has practically lived her life outside Nigeria, sees this visit as an eye-opener, one that would make her a better person. She now understands what many parents to be able to give their children quality education.
It's made me see that there's actually two sides to the world. Not everything, you can't really get things as easy. In Nigeria, you really have to work hard. I'm starting to notice that you have to work very hard.